Okay. All right, so we're going to get going. First and foremost, just have to get a couple of things on here. So I was down at the trailer earlier, and I was putting on my clothes for the evening, and this buddy of mine just decided to come up to the back of the trailer, and he was asking me, he's like, "Dave, what's with the getup? What's with the jacket?" And I said to him, I said, I was speaking to a wise elder from Lanark County way, way back, and I was asking him some history about McCullough's Landing, and he said, "Well, Dave, before you do a speech for this big group about the history of McCullough's Landing, there's a couple of things you should know. First of all, if you're going to speak, you have to have the Lanark County tuxedo on." And I said, "Oh, what's a Lanark County tuxedo?" And he said, "Well, get your best lumberjack jacket on. That's the Lanark County dinner jacket." So I've got my Lanark County dinner jacket on. And second of all, he said, you have to have the shoes. He said, it's all in the shoes. And I said, well, what kind of shoes do you have to wear? And he said, well, your best pair of Kodiaks. But make sure you take just scoop the dried up mud on the side of them. So I have my Kodiaks here, but I'm sorry, my feet are so warm I can't slip them into them right now. So I just want to say to Claire, I'm all gussied up in my Lanark County attire for you tonight. And now I'm taking the jacket off because I'm melting. Oh, by the way, when we were having this little conversation down at the trailer, me and my sidekick, it's a funny little thing that I forgot to mention. He came along, and like when I said it, he said, what's with the getup? And I said, well, Harv, I said, I'm putting on this Lanark County tuxedo, and he turned to me and he was like, get me a beer. I'm like, Harv, like, and I said, Harv, like, I'm trying to be serious here. And he says, no, get me a beer. Hi, Muffin, what's your name? I'm like, Harv, focus. Come on, Harv, focus here. So, to my buddy, we have a couple of good laughs, and I have Harv's cozy. So it starts again. No.
I got a new one.
Anyways, so since today was extremely busy, it's been a long day. Harv and I, as you know, we've been out since the get-go this morning for the Kids Fun Day. I'm going to probably read a lot off of this sheet because I can't remember half the stuff that's here and I don't want to miss it. So, first I think that we need to have a round of applause for Andy and his crew that were up here this afternoon. And second, I think that the crew from AJ's Catering deserves a big round of applause also. I will tell everybody that I do work in emergency management, and the washrooms are located out at the back over here in the corner, the nice porta potties. They're like 3-banger like toilet paper dispensers in them, and they have lights. It's just like, wow, we need to upgrade ours over here. And if there is an emergency, most of the walls are down, so run like hell. So anyways, the Caswells have arranged this wonderful soiree tonight to celebrate 50 years of owning the greatest little campground on the Mississippi, McCullough's Landing Campground. And I have to say, it's been an amazing run, and first and foremost, I think we need to extend a big thank you to the Caswell family, from everyone here for having this, and for us all coming out tonight and putting this big party on for us. I think it's important to note that tonight is a momentous occasion, and one which many, many businesses don't attain. 50 years is a long time in business, and wow, it's pretty amazing. We all come together tonight, some of us having some good joy and memories going back to the past 50 years being here at the campground. Some of us feel tremendous thanksgiving for the Caswells giving us the opportunity to camp here and providing us with a pretty amazing place to camp. And we're all grateful that over the years, you've provided us great service, and we greatly appreciate that. My next note basically says that the Caswells did ask me that they did not want to speak, but that has now changed. So some of the Caswells are going to come up at the end and say a speech, but we're not going to call them up to speak. They're going to come up and speak for us at the end. I want to start my little storytelling by saying that a few weeks ago I sat down with Claire at the booth and we talked some history about this park. And as many of you know, Claire has many, many great stories about this place. And trying to jot my notes down as Claire bounced from story to story, kids coming into the bar, to the booth to get candy, people on the phone. It was a little difficult, but I think I've cobbled together a lot of the points that she brought up that she was reminiscing, and some stuff that I've encountered in this park over my years. And I have to point out, Claire has been here since the first day the Caswell family took over the property. And after all these years, after thousands of campers, some good, some bad, she still looks after that booth day in, day out, and she looks just like she was 25. It's a far cry from way back in 1963 in the fall when Mel and Effie Caswell, Ron's parents and Claire's in-laws, asked them to leave their apartment in Perth where they lived with their daughter Lisa and their son Tom and move into the house and help run the property here. They purchased that property from the Richardson family. After some coaxing, Ron and Claire agreed to Mel and Effie's request, and Claire did tell me that at the time she didn't know, but had she known that she was pregnant with Ian at that point, she probably would have reconsidered it. But she did come out. So Claire, a toast to you. I don't have a medal for you, but you damn well deserve one for having to put up with us bunch for 50 years. On that note, on behalf of Harvey and myself, we went out and got a little something from us for Claire to say thank you very much, Claire, for your support of Harvey and I. And we just want to present you with a little memento to say thank you very, very much. So as I mentioned, Mel and Effie Caswell purchased this land, which had 10 cottages, was on the beaches of Mississippi Lake. There's only 3 of those cottages still standing. And it was explained to me back in 1964 that some of those cottages had some really interesting names. There was Locust Lodge, where the Ridgeway stayed, which was located near the kids' beach. There was 2 sleeping cabins by where Tom's trailer is now, and I understand that the cement pad that was recently removed from down by the volleyball court was the remnants of one of those cottages. There was Wayside, right about where Peter Schaefer's trailer is now. There was the Red Door, which was over by the boat launch, which was later put out on the point and then torn down in the 70s. And of course, there's Lisa's Woodlawn Cottage and the newly renovated and upgraded Shady Rest Cottage, aka Tom's Compound. Claire was telling me a story about one of the first days back in May of 1964. She was in the house and she heard a knock at the door and she didn't understand what it was all about. So she went to the door and there was this couple at the door with all of their luggage saying, "We're here." And Claire kind of looked at them and said, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Well, we always come, we just show up with our luggage and we get a cottage." And they were like so totally convinced. Claire didn't know what to do with these people knocking on her door and people showing up to get into the cottages. Now, I say to any of you here now, try doing that. So basically when Mel and Effie Caswell took over this property, there were sheep everywhere. There was really no trailers. And Mel Caswell had a vision that would soon transform this farm into a great trailer park. Just as a side note, some of that farm still exists. As you know, the barn up atop, you can see still some of the remnants of the old hay mow. Beside the booth, there's a cement pad right by the basketball court, where close to where Ian parks his truck. That was a pig pen, and that's the floor left of the pig pen there. And the snack bar wasn't a snack bar, it was just basically a barn. And they had to renovate that and turn it into the rec hall and to Claire's candy store. So if you can imagine, way back then, trailer parks were a place where people really lived year-round. They didn't have tow-behind trailers, not many of them. And the ones that were trailers were colored in, were little vans with all sorts of colors all over them and flowers everywhere and smoke coming out the windows all the time. Constant fire going on inside. Yeah, oh yeah, and they had a big round button on the front that said VW. So back in the day, Claire was telling me, she said it was an interesting little story, that they had a little machine that cut ice blocks out of the lake. And I guess it was Mel and Ron and Effie, and they all were, the four of them were in the barn having a couple of drinks. No, skip that story. Okay, moving on to the next one. Anyways, they had a few too many drinks, and they didn't realize that the ice cutting machine had caught on fire and burnt to the ground. And again, any of you try that now. Anyways, so I think one of the things I did mention is Ron Caswell. He's the present day Caswell family patriarch. He's the driving force in the establishment of McCullough's Landing Campground as we know it today. For many of the new campers that don't know, Ron passed away 11 years ago. He passed away suddenly, way too early, and many of us still feel his presence and remember our fond memories of Ron of the days when we camped here. Many of us probably can remember and relate to at 10 to 11 every evening hearing that blue half-ton starting up. And once that half-ton started up at 10 to 11, the whole park went extremely quiet. Ron would drive around the campground, checking on fires, checking on people, his washrooms, but most importantly, the rowdies. I can still remember sitting by the fire as Ron drove by and the windows were so smoked in the truck you couldn't see in, and you just kind of sat down gently in your chair and you gave a little wave. You had no idea if Ron was waving back to you or acknowledging you, but you just knew that if he stopped the truck and got out, oh boy. I have a story about Ron that sticks with me dearly, and I bring it up sometimes with friends when we're talking. And, my trailer over here in the third field is my parents' old trailer. And at the time my parents were in the trailer, they had a blue tarp out during a rainstorm. My dad put it out in the back lane, and he put, at one end, he put his ladder on top of the blue tarp. It was a little bit windy that day, and I guess the wind blew over top of the ladder. As we were sitting there, we heard the blue truck come up, and the blue truck never went down the back lane. It was always the four-wheeler, but this day, it was the blue truck. The blue truck proceeded to run over the tarp and the ladder and crush the ladder to all sorts of pieces. To which my father ran out from behind the trailer and started yelling at Ron, and Ron started yelling at my father, and to keep this G-rated, we'll just say that they had a discussion. After that little discussion, Ron jumped in the truck, drove off, and my dad came back and said to us, he said, I don't think I should have said some of those words to Ron, and we better be on our best behavior. So we were a little worried, and then next thing you know, the next morning, that damn blue truck came up behind our trailer again. It's like, it never comes down here, now this is twice in a row. And the truck stopped, and Ron got out of the truck, and he yelled out, "Steve." Steve is my father, and my dad said, "Oh, here we go." So Dad went out to the back of the trailer, and he said, "Yes, Ron, what's up?" Ron said, "I have something for you." And Ron pulled out a brand new ladder out of the back of his truck and gave it to my father. So I think long and short, the things about Ron was Ron had to be a stern person because he had a business and a livelihood to run, but he always looked after his campers. And Claire. What more can we say about Claire? She's like, this is either going to go well for me tonight or I'm going to be packing up tomorrow morning. I'm not sure how. But we'll see where we go from there. The biggest takeaway I have from Claire is Claire's love for the kids. Claire loves the kids. She loves to have the kids in her booth. And I think Claire runs probably one of the last candy bag stores in all around. I remember as a kid, my grandparents used to camp up here, and I remember as a kid coming up here and having 25 cents in my hand. I couldn't wait to get to that booth to spend that 25 cents on one of those brown candy bags that Claire filled up. And, you know, Claire, the kids love you, and I know you love the kids, and I'm sure if they were all here, they would say thank you to you too. My parents started camping here in 1965. I have a picture of myself when I was 2 years old when my grandparents brought me up here. And I do remember coming up here for visits on the weekends and trying to fit into the cool kids club. That club was led by a trio of individuals around here by the names of Lisa, Tom, and Ian. I dearly wanted to get into the cool kids club. But since I was only coming up every so often, I wasn't let in. So the only way that I was able to get into the Cool Kids Club was lots of fires, lots of pints, and lots of time trying to talk them into, later on in life, letting me into their cool club. I have to say to the Caswell family, thank you very much for my memories. And thank you, I'm sure, from a lot of other families that are here, for all that you've done for us over the years. There are a few families I know that have been here for quite some time. I know this through my family and talking to people with the names like the LaRucks, the Beatons, the Coxes, Couturiers, Hogansons, Fillmores, and so on. And there's many more families that are joining that list now. To Tom and Ian, I can't thank you guys enough for all you guys have done for me in supporting the association in the years that I've run it. There's many times where you guys have picked up tables and chairs and put tents away when it's more of our job to do, but you guys, you know, put a smile on and just say, don't worry about it, Dave, we'll get that for you. And to you guys, I must say thank you. Today, Tom and Ian are carrying on Ronnie and Mel's vision. They're building on this campground. There's a whole new field of trailers up here. The kids' park is huge now. The old volleyball court is now full of trailers. And there's a pirate ship where the mini putt used to be. So there's many changes, and the guys keep adding on to that and building upon this campground. We have trees also here in what used to be the golf field, so we have more parking spots, and it's change, and it's all changed for the good, and we all greatly appreciate that change. I'm sure I can say truthfully that I'm positive that Mel, Effie, and Ronnie are looking down on us right now and smiling about all these positive changes and taking their vision from that little farm and turning it into the best campground on Mississippi. I do want to note one part that I did skip at the beginning, and I'm very sorry, I told you I should have read it word for word. But anyways, the Caswell family, you know, we have Claire, Lisa, Tom, Ian, and all the grandchildren. So we have Lane, Alex, Colin, oh, I better not mess this up, Dana, Abby, Bailey, and that cute little McCullough. She's a little cute. So, in closing, may I say to the Caswell family, I hope that you enjoy another 50 years of business. And I hope to be here when you have your 75th anniversary celebration. Cheers to you all. At this point in time, I'm going to ask that Harvey, Lisa, and Rhonda come up to the front for a moment, if you would please come up. And at the same time, I'd like to ask that Ian, Tom, Lisa, and Claire come up here, because we have a little something that we want to present you. A few weeks ago, we had a Campers Association meeting. And at the end of the Campers meeting, we kicked Ian and Tom out. We told them to get lost because we had business to discuss. This was what we wanted to do. We want to present you Tom's worried something's going to pop out of the box. It says, congratulations on McCullough's Landed Campground 50th Anniversary MLC from the Campers Association. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that finishes up our formalities. I don't know, Harvey's talking gibberish again. And the Caswells are going to say a few words to you.
Thank you everyone for coming. We've really appreciated having all of you, and without you we wouldn't be here.
Bear with me. I'm very proud and honored today to be here with my family as we celebrate 50 years in business with McCullough's Landing. I'd like to take just a few minutes to share my perspective on how we got to this milestone. As Dave said, when we moved to the lake in '64 with my grandparents, my mom was only 22 and my dad was 24. I had just turned 3, Tommy was 2, and Ian came along a few months later. My grandfather had just bought the property, as Dave said, with farmland, with pasturing sheep, and there were no trees and less than a dozen campers. Things were quite a bit quieter back then than they are today, with over 200 campsites. Our families worked together, with my Uncle Jim and Aunt Diane eventually joining the business also. There was always lots to do, winter, spring, summer, and fall. As kids, we watched mountains of wood being chopped by hand, and from the lake, they cut the ice in the middle of the winter. Everyone planted all those beautiful trees that you see in the park. I feel the front row as you drive in June is one of the most spectacular sights with those locusts blooming. Our dad will be gone 11 years this fall and is ever present in our memories. He was a hard-working man who spent a lot of years with my mom at his side. They got along exceptionally well for two people who spent that much time together. If you ever had the chance to meet Ron, or as a select few referred to him as the General, he was a no-nonsense kind of guy. Quiet time was quiet time. He was very proud of this business, and his hard work has paid off. And my two brothers and mom have done a great job since he's gone. When my parents first came to the lake, their first friends were Bill and Nancy Bullis and their kids, Tom and Wendy. For 28 years, our families shared many experiences, summer and winter. Tom and Wendy still attend the weekly bingos. I love you, Arnie Google. Years have passed, and there have been many new families come to the park. It is very special to see the young families return with their children to make their new memories. To our few original campers, Jane, Larry Beaton, Marg Fillmore, Bev Tremblay, Barbie Cox, Millie and Harold McDonald, thank you. It's been so much fun growing up with you each summer. And anyone I've forgotten, please forgive me, I'm a little nervous. Mom?
Jeff Hoganson.
Oh, Jeff. Yes, have another drink, Jeff. Jeff, you'll know what I mean by that one. As I fall off the deck, and he says, have another drink, Lisa, but didn't bother to see if I was okay. Anyhow, Mom told me yesterday that Jane and Larry's parents had their honeymoon in my cottage. Wow.
Same bit.
Not quite. My in-laws, Mary and John Calderon, also honeymooned in the big cottage. Get talking to them tonight. They have a great story about one of those nights. As kids, our life here was magical. More friends than you could ever imagine. We never had to look for a summer job. We had countless hours of fun. My family, being a family business, we didn't hire many other people to work, but my Aunt Diane's brother, Doug Craig, worked with us for a few summers, and he was a riot. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the show The Amazing Race. Well, McCullough's Landing had a bit of an amazing race itself. Every Friday night, it was an amazing race between Tom and Doug to see who could get showered and back down in their howitz to see what new girls were coming in for the weekend. Jane, I thought Jane was going to be my sister-in-law for a while. Not to leave wee Eenie out. He followed along in Tom's footsteps too, but tended to like the Ebbs Bay shoreline. And we weren't sure on a given weekend which one would show up over here. For many, McCullough's Landings will be the place of many firsts. First campfire, first swim in a lake, first fish, first sleep in a tent, first crush, first kiss. Whatever it is, it will hold a special place in all of our hearts. I'd like to say a special thank you to a fellow camper of ours, Mr. Norman Toon, for all the love and dedication to the upkeep of the park over the years. Unfortunately, I don't think Norm's here tonight. But to all the campers, the volunteers for their time and contributions to the committees and events, we thank you very much. Everyone. Thank you for the cards, the flowers, and the gifts, everything. Thank you. Well done, Tom, Tiff, Ian, and Mom for pulling this all together. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
Just a minute.
Sorry, I forgot something. And to a young guy that I was so incredibly cheap with all the time when I was a kid, I asked him to help me clean the bathrooms and I paid him $0.25. I now live with him and I love you very much.
Wow, we can't top that, can we? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the formal part of the evening. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you, Caswells. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoy any of the studios.
Hi, Caswell family. You know, I've been here 10 years, and you are just like family to me. Claire, I lost Cheryl there back years ago, and you've been so great to me, and looking after my kids, and making us feel welcome, and let me work in your home, and trust me, I won't tell anybody about what I saw when I tore off the wallpaper, okay? That's our little secret. You know, the hot tub stories that were on the wall and stuff. You know, I just want to thank you very much for having me and my family, and love you dearly. You're just like my adopted mother. Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best in all the years. Thank you for a great party.
Yeah, the same.
It's been my brother and I, we've been up here for over 50 years. And I wish them the very best and many more.
Want to wish the Caswells a happy 50th anniversary and thanks for running the best campsite on the earth.
To the Caswells, this is the best campsite we've been.
Best wishes to the Caswells.
Wish you guys well, good 50 years. I know I haven't been here long, but thanks for all the memories.
Great party, wish you well. It's been a great 40 years and I hope to have a few more.
Great 38 years, many, many more. Thanks for all the good times.
Thanks for all the good times. It's been great.
Love you all.
We're having a great time here on the 50th party, 50th anniversary party. Woo! Hooray for Caswells, good stuff, congratulations. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, thanks very much for everything, Caswells, we love you. We'll be here for another 50 years if my wife lives that long.
And even needed to wish the Caswells well. I wish them everything good and
All the best for another 50 years.
Caswells, you're the best. Ron, you're my second father, and Claire, you're my second mother. I love you all. Do the best for you. Another 50 years.
I'd like to wish the Caswells a happy 50th anniversary. Great party. Thank you very much.
This is an event that has to be remembered. 50 years, my God, that's a long time. Have a good one.
I want to thank Claire and Tommy and Ian and Lisa for the many, many years since 1978 of great camping. Thank you very much, buddies.
Happy anniversary, guys. Glad we could be here to enjoy it with you.
Congratulations on 50 years.
50 more to come. Great campsite. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Hi guys, it's been great camping here. We really enjoyed being here. I'm really happy that we're throwing this party. It's a great party for you. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
Hey guys, we just want to say congratulations. We're having so much fun here at
Your 50th party.
your 50th party. No, we're having so much fun at the campground. I think we're here now 3 years and we're loving it and we're just so happy happy to be here to celebrate your 50th with you, and hope we're here for many more.
Casseroles, I want to thank you very much for everything you do for us in the park and have this event. And it's awesome. And I want to thank you for having us a part of it. It means a lot to me as a camper and friends. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in the future. Thanks.
Congratulations, Claire, on your 50th anniversary. So enjoy.
Fantastic 50-year anniversary. Congratulations to Caswells, you're the best.
Caswells, well done. 50 years, quite an accomplishment. Enjoy. Thank you very much for the party.
I'd like to wish Claire and the whole family a happy 50th anniversary. I've been here for 35 years. They've been a pleasure and a joy to deal with day in and day out, and all the best in the future. Thank you ever so much.
Okay, Claire, happy 50th anniversary. Thank you for 23 years of joy and bliss, and many more.
Just want to say congratulations on your 50th, and from myself, and Anne, my parents, and my grandparents, John and Lillian, and Pat and Steve. We're just happy to be here, and happy and see you on another 50 years in the campground. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hey gang, it's part of your family. Have loved being here for 26 years. You've treated us all royally. Congratulations and have a blast tonight.
Happy anniversary to the Caswells. This is an awesome place. It's been fantastic. Great fun, great people. Thank you and happy anniversary.
Happy 50th, Caswells!
Happy New Year, Tom, Ian, Lisa, Claire, everybody. Peace.
Thanks to the Caswells, we're having a great time.
Happy anniversary, guys. As you can see, I've had a couple drinks. Thank you for wonderful memories, and we love being here, and we plan to be here at least at 30, so you guys better be
Tommy and Claire, Lisa, happy 50th anniversary. You're the best.
Happy 50th
to you.